The Exodus is the epic, foundational story of Israel. It's the tale of Moses' 10 plagues, the parting of the Red Sea, and the 40-year journey of a nation through the wilderness to the Promised Land. According to the book of Exodus, this was a massive event. The text specifies 600,000 men on foot, besides women and children, which would mean a total population of over 2 million people. A group of this size, moving and camping in the Sinai desert for 4 decades, should have left behind an enormous amount of physical evidence, yet, despite more than a century of intense archaeological investigation, the hard truth is this: there is not a single piece of direct archaeological evidence to support the biblical story of the Exodus. This is not for lack of trying. The Sinai Peninsula has been extensively surveyed by Israeli, American, and Egyptian archaeologists. They have found evidence of many different peoples living in or traveling through the region at various times in history. But they have found nothing, not one campsite, not one piece of Hebrew pottery, not one grave that can be dated to the late Bronze Age around 1500 to 1200 BC, the time period when the Exodus would have taken place. A 40-year occupation by 2 million people would have left mountains of pottery, tools, and other artifacts. The archaeological record in the Sinai for this period is completely silent. The same silence is found in the Egyptian records. The New Kingdom Egyptians were meticulous record keepers. Their temple walls and papyrus documents list their building projects, their foreign policies, their military campaigns, and even the movements of small groups of Semitic nomads in and out of their territory. Yet, in this vast historical record, there is no mention of an Israelite slave population of millions. There is no mention of the 10 catastrophic plagues. There is no mention of the dramatic escape of their entire slave labor force. And there is certainly no mention of the Pharaoh and his entire chariot army being drowned in the sea. This is an argument from silence, but in this case, the silence is deafening, given this complete lack of evidence. The overwhelming consensus among mainstream archaeologists and biblical scholars is that the Exodus, as described in the Bible, did not happen as a single historical event. This doesn't mean the story is a lie. Instead, scholars believe it is a powerful foundational myth, a national origin story created later in Israel's history. It was likely woven together from the cultural memories of many different groups. Some of these groups may indeed have had a historical connection to Egypt, perhaps escaping as smaller bands of refugees at different times. These fragmented memories were combined and magnified into one grand, epic narrative of a miraculous escape and a divine covenant in the wilderness. A story that served to unify the tribes and create a shared national identity.